Okay, so some of you saw I was posting a video workshop that I was going to go to, which I did on Saturday. It was wonderful. Thank you, Ming. I'm just going to share one of the takeaways. So on our desk were these pieces of paper, square, awesome big post-it notes. Ming let us know to fold it into threes and then into threes so that we had 9 boxes, okay? So this is for content creation and being able to know what you want to do for videos, because I think that's somewhere that I know I get stuck in. Maybe you do too. So I actually did 2. In the middle, I put seeing monetization ideas, because that's something that I'm quite good at. I tend to see all around me in people's circumstances and stuff, ways that they could possibly monetize themselves or their story. So that's in the middle, and then outside of that we had to write all the little bits, so what had to do with that. So with mine I had the ability to identify your interest and have a conversation about what actually interests you, personal development stuff, debt reduction, we can talk about that one for a while, self-funded retirement, marketing, personal stories, affiliate marketing, and life experiences. So these are all the things that to me in some way relate to being able to see monetization ideas, and they're like subtopics. So from there I took one that stood out to me, which was life experiences, and I continued from there. So life experiences went in the middle, and then the things, so my life when I was 6 years old, Australia as a teenager, Canada as a teenager, Yukon, my experience there after Australia, moving to Australia as an adult with my family, Crayside Cafe, I'll expand on that another time, dogs and horses, self-reliance. So those things there all led, I decided to pick one, and I went with the Yukon. So the Yukon, why did I put that on that one? Because I got lots of lessons about relationships, about work ethics. It was my first live-in relationship up there, working in a pub when I was underage, and that'll be a fun story to share. Playing pool, season transition, so experiencing that up there is out of this world. The crispness of the mountains, so I've got a couple stories about that, and then the amazing surroundings from a spiritual point of view. So from there, one of the things was playing pool. Trust me, there's a point to this. Playing pool. Okay, so I put that in the middle, and I put all the things that it meant to me around that. And this was interesting, skill honing. So I found that I was quite good at it, and practice makes perfect, and I enjoyed it, so I practiced and got better. I used it as meditation somewhat. I would get into a zone in my own head. I would play pool against myself sometimes, play both sides. Funny that. It's both social and antisocial because of what I just said. I'd play by myself quite often. House parties, when I was growing up, pool table was a big part of those. Being able to beat the adults, a childhood pastime, and I skipped school a lot. But one of them in the bottom corner here was attention seeking. So it took me 4 sheets of paper, right, to get to that one. So I wrote down that playing pool for me was and can be an attention-seeking activity. Mentally, that's actually a really big realization, because how often do you admit that something that you do to attract attention or to seek attention? So I'm not a drinker, those of you who know. To me, a pub, the only reason I would go to a pub is to play pool. And it's something I don't do very often, even though I love it. If there's a pool comp, I'm more chance of going. But the alcohol environment doesn't really turn me on that much. But it was an interesting realization to come back to, why you do the things you do. And it gave me a chance to explore that on my own in a different level. Anyway, I just thought to share that because it was a really interesting journey and have, what, 9 times 5? I've got all these topics that I can make short videos on. No excuses. Thank you.